Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael. Alrighty, folks, we're going to have to wake you guys up and wake you guys up in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get a 1 in the chat. Otherwise, we are not moving forward here today. We need your communication. We need to know that you're on the same page. And let's go ahead and get a 1 in the chat. With that said, 1 in the chat before we continue to move forward in a way that makes sense. We do not have full battery out here today, so that means it will be a shorter show, and we are starting early. 1 in the chat if you are here and present before we move forward, because you guys have nothing to say. So go ahead and just spam 1 in the chat because you can't think of anything to say. We give you a topic, you can't follow along with the topic. Guess what? Not my problem. So go ahead and spam 1 in the chat so we can get things started. $4.99 or above, your TTS message may play out on the screen. And in addition to that, we have the Jumping Jacks cam today. So yesterday we did push-ups. Today, if you come through with $4.99 or above, we will do the amount of jumping jacks that you come through with. So if you come through with a $5 super chat, we will do 5 jumping jacks. If you come through with a 10, we will do 10 jumping jacks, so on and so forth, okay? So that's what we're doing here today. An incentive for you to fucking support this masterclass production. He made a video about me. He didn't make a video about you, and we won't be showing you that on the internet. And instead, we'll be taking it to theaters and inviting actual fans of my work. That's what we will be doing. So you won't be seeing it if you're not invited. It's as simple as that. Okay? So I hope that, really pisses you off, because guess what? Cope and seethe. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So for $4.99 and above, we're going to give you the TTS, and we're also going to get the jumping jacks going out here, okay? Because we need to lose weight. We need to get better in shape. And what better way to do it, right? You guys can't be bothered to talk about the world of video games. You guys can't be bothered to talk about anything other than I don't know what the fuck, right? So I can't follow along with you losers. So I'm going to do what I want to do out here. You either like it or you don't. It's really that simple, okay? You either like it or you don't. It's really that simple. So go ahead and keep spamming 1 in the chat. Go ahead and keep spamming 1 in the chat. We don't got time for you guys today. The battery is not fully charged. We need you guys to get right up in here. And that's what we're talking about. Coming through in a way that makes sense. The one and only W.
The 11111
Well, I don't know how much that is. I'm not getting the calculator out, but
shekels
it's not happening.
Agarot. I already pre-ordered my PS5 Pro.
Is that a $5 super chat?
I meant my mom.
No one cares about your whatever the fuck you just said. Get a life and get a job. Dusty Rhodes is coming through. I can see that's a $5 super chat. We're going to go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to pull the calculator out and convert it, but nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and assume that was a $5 super chat. Maybe it's a 10. I have no fucking idea. It looks like it is a $10 super chat. We do appreciate that, so keep coming through with those. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and give you 15 jumping jacks. Dusty Rhodes is coming through with the $5 super chat. And the one and only Shekels is coming through with, I believe, what appears to be a $10 super chat. So with that said, we are going to be switching over here to the jumping jacks cam right now. And we are over to the jumping jacks cam, and we're going to get you 15 jumping jacks because it appears that that's what we're at. So 15 jumping jacks starting now. And there you have it right there, 15 jumping jacks. We just did 15 jumping jacks, and in a way that makes sense. It's really not that hard to figure out. So go ahead and keep supporting the show. We just did 15 jumping jacks. As we are live today discussing the world of video games, but since we can't get the video game audience in here, we don't really have to talk about video games. You see, that's the beauty of this, is that we don't really have to talk about it because you guys don't want to anyway, right? Oh, the PlayStation 5 Pro is a big ripoff, blah, 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 blah. But we've already gone through why it's not. And they don't want to listen, so I don't know what to tell you. If anything, buy the PlayStation 5 Pro in case the scalpers get a hold of it. That way you can flop it on eBay and make a $200, $300 profit, right? So if anything, buy the PlayStation 5 Pro in November because they might be hard to find. So if anything, that's the reason right there. Even if you disagree with it or you don't even care about it. Just get it, flip-flop it on eBay, and you can make $200, $300 potentially. That's the reason right there.
Michael does live.
Sourceless is coming through hard and strong with the $50 super chat.
We don't have full battery today, so get that support in early.
We got to get the lasers out for that one, bud. Holy motherfucking shit, coming through hard and strong and in a way that makes sense. Sourceless is in the building, plowing through in a way like no other. Hard and strong with the $50 super chat. That's what we love to see, and that's what we're talking about. Sourceless is in the motherfucking building, and he's plowing through in a way that makes sense with the gargantuan $50 super chat. Sourceless is up in here, and if this doesn't wake the chat up, I don't know what will. Sourceless is up in here, coming through, and in a way that makes sense with the $50 super chat. Holy motherfucking shit, it is a party out here. Sourceless is plowing through here, and he's doing so in a way that makes sense with the Bruce Wayne bucks on the table. Sourceless is coming through hard and strong with the gargantuan $50 super chat. That is what we're talking about. That's what we love to see it as such. Sourceless, we're going to go ahead and get you them fireworks. Sourceless is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense with the gargantuan $50 super chat. I want nothing but dubs and hearts up in the motherfucking chat. Sourceless is coming through. It's hot as hell out here today. I'll tell you that. We don't have anything to drink either. But that's okay because the battery is not fully charged. We got plenty of time, but the battery is not fully charged. Sourceless is plowing through, and in a way that makes sense with a $50 super chat. That's what we love to see, coming through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get some dubs up in the motherfucking chat. Sourceless is coming through, and he's doing so in a way that makes sense. The fireworks are plowing out here. Look at this right here. Unbelievable. Sourceless coming through hard and strong with the $50 super chat. You love to see it. And coming through in a way that makes sense. Holy motherfucking shit. Sourceless has just deployed the briefcase, plopped it on the table, and opened it up as wide as possible. And inside is the $50 super chat from Sourceless, supporting the show in a gargantuan way. Not with these petty lowballs, but coming through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense with the $50 super chat. And again, let's go ahead and get you them lasers. Sourceless is coming through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense with the $50 super chat. We got nothing but dubs and love as Sourceless is in the building here today, plowing through the sludge, and in a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see. Sourceless is in the motherfucking building, and it is a party out here. And of course, that means since you came through with the $50 super chat, we have to do 50 jumping jacks, okay? We have to do 50 jumping jacks. You came through hard and strong. We already did 15. Sourceless is plowing through with a $50 super chat. And as such, we're going to get you them 50. There ain't no fucking way.
Michael does
There ain't no fucking way. What's that say?
I at super chatted $5.
Oh.
Sourceless inspired me.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Well, Sourceless is the king of all kings. I'll tell you that. He is the current king of the jungle. Sourceless is coming through. IAD is joining in with the $5 super chat. That is 55 jumping jacks we owe you, and we will be getting to that in just a moment here. But there is something else coming through the pipeline, and we're going to wait for this to play out. IAD coming through after that gargantuan super chat from Sourceless. That's what we love to see. It is a party out here today.
Michael does lies.
What the fuck?
Danielle United 115 super chatted €50.
Daniel United! Daniel United! Daniel United! Holy motherfucking shit, we gonna take the shirt off. Daniel United is coming through hard and strong. He's joining Sourceless with the Bruce Wayne Bucks, the $50 super chat from Daniel United coming through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense. Daniel United is coming through hard and strong with the $50 super chat, and coming through hard and strong in a way that makes sense, joining Sourceless, kicking things off with the Bruce Wayne Bucks in a way that makes sense. And now Daniel United is in the building, plowing through hard and strong with the gargantuan $50 super chat. This is the support that we love to see. We need big shout outs to Sourceless and Daniel United for coming through so hard and so strong. Let's go ahead and get them lasers. Holy motherfucking shit. Daniel United plowing through hard and strong with the $50 super chat. And Sourceless kicking things off in a way that makes sense. We owe you 105, if my math is correct, which it might not be. But I believe we owe you 105 jumping jacks, and that's going to take some time. Luckily, they're not push-ups, I'll tell you that, because we are sore from yesterday. Daniel United plowing through with the massive $50 super chat. Sourceless is in the building plowing through with the massive $50 super chat. It ain't nothing but dubs and love up in here as the Bruce Wayne Bucks have been deployed. It's been quite some time since we've seen Bruce Wayne Bucks, I'll tell you. So it's so great, so fantastic to see them again. And we do appreciate Sourceless for coming through in a way that makes sense. And Daniel United with the gargantuan Bruce Wayne Bucks, and IAD coming through with the 5 and right in between. And as such, we owe you 105 jumping jacks. I think that's correct. 105 jumping jacks. It is a party out here. Daniel United and Sourceless coming through in a way that makes sense. We got to go ahead and get started with the jumping jacks. We owe you 105 jumping jacks And as such, it's time to switch over to the jumping jacks cam. And we're going to go ahead and get you them 105 jumping jacks. Nothing but love right up in here for Daniel United and Sourceless coming through, and in a way that makes sense. With the Bruce Wayne Bucks, we're already out of energy because we didn't expect this. The Bruce Wayne Bucks were deployed here this morning, and they were deployed in a way that makes sense. The briefcase on the table plopped wide open. Sourceless and Daniel United inside and coming through with great generosity. And as such, we're going to be switching over now to the jumping jack cam. And we're going to be getting you them 105 jumping jacks, okay? We are on the fitness journey here. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. And you guys are helping just really tone out the body in a way that makes sense, I'll tell you. So Daniel United and, again, Sourceless coming through in a way that makes sense. And as such, we are switching over to the jumping jack cam right now. And we're going to get you them 105 jumping jacks. Holy shit, here we go. We've never done 105 jumping jacks before in our entire life. But that changes right here and right now. We need you guys to hit the motherfucking like button because the Bruce Wayne Bucks today were deployed. And they were deployed in a way that makes sense. So let's go ahead and make this work, make this pop. Right here and right now, 105 jumping jacks. We're going to have to actually move this over here so we can give you the best angle, and that's a little bit better. So here we go, folks, 105 jumping jacks. Starting now, we already did 15, so 105, and we're going to go ahead and make this work and make this pop in a way that makes sense. So here we go, 105 jumping jacks. Starting right now, Sourceless and Daniel United coming through. Let's go ahead and get to them lasers one more time before we come in with the 105 jumping jacks, and that starts right now. That starts right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh shit, fuck ass bitch! Oh my God, bro! 26, 27. There's not enough cord. This phone is all dirty. It's going to do it again. We got to take the headset off. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Guys, we're at the halfway point. We're at the 50 mark here. We're at the 50 mark here. We're going to take a little cool down. Daniel United coming through and Sourceless. We are at the 50 mark here. We got more to go. And we're taking a little breather here. Daniel United and Sourceless coming through in a way that makes sense. We are at the 50 mark. And we have a ways to go here. So once we're done with this cool down, we will be jumping back in and completing the rest here in a way that makes sense. So we are at the 50 mark. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. If I come back to that screen and it doesn't say 100 likes, son of a bitch. Oh my God. Son of a bitch. This phone is really dirty. Unbelievable. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and do it and finish it out here. We have over 50 more jumping jacks to go. So let's go ahead and make this work and make this pop in a way that makes sense. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62,
63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 102, 101, 103, 104, 105. Oh, shit.
Okay, folks, we have completed the push-ups here. Let's get another big shout out to Daniel United and Sourceless for coming through and coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get you them lasers, bud. Coming through and coming through in a way that makes sense. Holy shit. Let's hit that like button, folks. The goal is 100 likes. We should be able to obtain that. I don't care how many viewers there are. You got multiple accounts, right? So go ahead and log into those and like the damn stream. We just completed the push-ups, 105 push-ups. Daniel United and Sourceless coming through with the Bruce motherfucking Wayne Bucks. That's what we love to see. So we're going to sit down, see what's new. Because it's been about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes since we last sat down, it seems anyway. We're at 71% on the battery. We don't have full battery today, but plenty of time. And we've already done a shitload of jumping jacks. Luckily, they're a lot easier than push-ups. But they're still quite hard, I'll tell you that, as we are out of breath. That's what we're talking about. Coming through and coming through in a way that makes sense. It's what we love to see. Holy fucking shit. We're not doing push-ups today. We're not doing push-ups today. We're doing jumping jacks, okay? Yes, we can't keep doing push-ups every day. We're going to exhaust and wear out, okay? So we had to switch it up to jumping jacks. We already did over 100 plus jumping jacks. And you guys can't tag along with it because you don't believe in physical fitness, and that's so sad. So that's why these gamers are 400 pounds in their parents' basement, because, you know, they're just they scoff at physical fitness and they make fun of people that do that. That's what we're talking about. Adobe After Effects coming through with the $5 super chat, and as such, the jumping jack marathon continues. After Effects is in the building. Coming through with a $5 super chat. That's what we love to see. It is a party out here today. Great support. And we do appreciate it very much so. So as such, Adobe After Effects is coming through. And we're going to be switching over to the jumping jacks cam here in just a moment as we get prepared for another 5 jumping jacks. Adobe After Effects coming through with the $5 super chat, and as such, we will be switching back over to the jumping jacks cam to get you them 5 jumping jacks. If you're just tuning in, they came through with the Bruce Wayne Bucks, and we had to do over 100 jumping jacks. Crazy stuff, and we're not done yet, as Adobe After Effects is coming through with the $5 super chat, and as such, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the jumping jacks cam and get you those jumping jacks. That's what we love to see. Coming through with the $5 super chat. And as such, we're going to switch over here to the jumping jack cam. And we're going to go ahead and get you them jumping jacks right here, right now. 5 jumping jacks for Adobe After Effects. Here we go. 1. The phone is not working. 1, 2. You can't wear the headset.
1,
Look at that right there. Unbelievable. Adobe After Effects is in the building, coming through in a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see. The day we didn't bring anything to drink, no water, nothing, is the day we need it. We didn't think we would need it today, but the Bruce Wayne Bucks are deployed here on this Saturday morning. We might have to start going live early on Saturday mornings. This might be the prime time. Sourceless and Daniel United plowing through here in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get some dubs on the chat. Well, I'm typing one. But let's go ahead and get some dubs in the chat. Coming through in a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see. And the chat is totally dead. That's okay. We need a breather anyway. Not sure why the chat is totally dead. The content is unprecedented. You're not going to find this content anywhere else. Literally, no one's doing this on the internet. That's why it has no viewers, though, because you do something, kind of cool and unique and very off the grid and off the beaten path, rather, and, people can't flock to it because they can't resonate with it, So you have to do what everyone else does. It's Normie Central up in here. Guys, we are at 68% battery. We had more viewers yesterday, but less support. You see how this makes sense? I always said this. I said, well, we have less viewers, you get more support. You get more viewers, and people get weird. They don't want to support the show in front of a lot of people, so they'd rather have it more intimate and keto and comfy and things of that nature. You get less viewers in here, and you get more support. This is the most support we've gotten in quite some time, and that's thanks to Sourceless and Daniel United. They're plowing through in a way that makes sense. So, the cam is still on, so we will still continue that. We're not tired yet, but we have already done well over 110 jumping jacks at this point. And luckily they're not push-ups, because I don't think we could have done 100 push-ups. I mean, honestly, I don't think we could have done 100 push-ups. We would have tried, of course, but I don't think we could have done 100 push-ups. The jumping jacks are a little bit easier, but I will tell you that we are sweating out here. It's very hot out here. Yeah, we are sweating, as you can see. So let's go ahead and get some dubs and ones up in the chat. Let's get some communication going, folks. There's only 159 people in here, so we don't really have to talk about the topic because, well, you guys don't really clearly want to talk about it, because if you did, you would be arguing about it in the chat, and you're not doing that. So as such, well, we're just going to have to figure it out in a way that makes sense. Alex 5 didn't play out. I don't see Alex. If I don't see your super chat, it doesn't count. I see After Effects. I see Tyler. I see IAD. I see the 1110 Dusty Rhodes and Sourceless and Daniel United. I don't see Alex. So if I don't see your super chat for whatever reason, if it doesn't pop up on the screen, then or in my chat here in the fan funding tab, then it doesn't count because it's not going through. Alex Escobar, yeah, he can't. We had this problem a couple of months ago, a month ago, whatever it was. We had this problem. Alex Escobar came through. It's not showing your stuff at all. So, and it's seemingly not going through. So, it's weird because they can see it, but I can't see it. It's not something that I'm making up. Hell, I can switch over to the. You know what? Let's just go make a point here because they're going to accuse me of lying, which isn't anything new. But here's what we're going to show you. I'm going to switch over to this cam here, and you can see that Alex Escobar is not on the list. So, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to believe me, but we're going to show you. So right here, this is the last one that I see. Okay? This is the last one that I see right here. Right here. We got Tyler coming through. We got IAD. We got the 111. Dusty Rhodes. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing Alex Escobar at all. I'm not seeing Alex Escobar at all. Okay, we'll refresh it. You guys don't believe me. This is what we're seeing right here. Okay, we'll scroll all the way down. Why is this glitching? Okay. Well, it's not loading. Of course, it's not loading when you want it to load. Okay, here we go. This is what we're looking at right here. This is who has come through. This is who has come through. We have After Effects. That's the last person to come through. We have Tyler coming through. Okay. We're showing it to you right now. Tyler's coming through. We got IAD, the 111, Dusty Rhodes, and then, of course, the 2 gargantuan super chats. That's what we're seeing. So we're not seeing Alex Escobar. It doesn't exist. It's not me trolling. It's not me making it up. I'll refresh it in real time, okay? Getting tired of being accused for lying. Well, we're not fucking lying, okay? Fan funding. Boom. I just refreshed the tab, showing you everything. Showing you everything, okay? Give that one a heart. I'm not sure why we didn't heart that. This is the list right here. There's no Alex Escobar. It's not in the fan funding tab. We're scrolling all the way down. It's not in the fan funding tab. So I have no idea why it's not working, but that's the reality of the situation. Just showed it to you. Just showed it to you. Just showed it to you. We had that problem about a few weeks ago. We had that problem. A few weeks ago, we had that problem. I have no idea what's going on. It happens for a lot of users. I don't know what's going on. Maybe someone is banned. Maybe someone isn't banned. I have no idea. But I'm not going to sit out here and play tech support. You can, I don't know what to tell you. But it didn't go through. Dead Rising playthrough next week. We shall see. Dead Rising playthrough next week. Okay, the chat is totally dead. I guess we're just going to wrap this up here. I don't know what you want me to do. This is going to turn into a physical fitness show soon. Very soon it's going to turn into a physical fitness show. It's already pretty much, it's been that for a while, actually. Because it's just like, you know what, we get more support doing physical activity. And you guys have no opinion on this topic. I've already made 3 streams where we went really deep into the topic, and it wasn't appreciated. Very few people actually had an opinion on it. So why should I do that again? Why should I come out here when the chat doesn't want to obviously talk about it because they have no opinion on it? They have no, you know, no one's organically talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro in this chat. So why should I add anything that I've already said? I've already talked about it. So we're just going to go, this is going to turn into a fitness channel. That's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this into a fitness channel. And we'll just do it like we're doing it. You know, you guys come through and support the show, and you'll see the journey, and hopefully it'll inspire others. But we're not going to the gym. So if you want me to go to the gym, we're not going to the gym. Yeah. Physical, yeah, exactly. Okay, Billy D, you will be banned. Let's see you later, bud. You're a loser. There's plenty of streamers that don't even acknowledge super chats. I can go pull up 5 streams right now where these motherfuckers aren't even looking at super chats. They don't give a shit about your support. I just gave you fucking jumping jacks. I gave you massive shout outs. What more do you need? You need my fucking phone number? You want to call me? We're not answering, so. You want to talk to me? Right now is your opportunity. It's that simple. Not going to sit out here and play friendship, whatever the fuck you guys want to play, okay? Go do something else. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, let's get you banned. Yeah, but they also have thousands of viewers. So you're saying because they have thousands of viewers, it's okay for them to not click on that fan funding tab and see who's coming through? The fan funding tab, it takes 2 clicks to look at who has come through. It's very organized. Shouldn't be that hard. So you're excusing them because, well, they have thousands of viewers, right? You know, therefore they just can't be bothered to get to them. No, that's not. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Okay, Mike Campbell coming through. That's what we love to see. The jumping jacks will continue.
Mike Hamblin super chatted $4.99. Hey Michael, would you recommend a PS5 Pro to someone who doesn't have a PS5?
Yeah. If you're going to jump in, If you're gonna jump in, and I know it's the extra $200, right, or more. If you don't have a PlayStation 5 Pro, just jump in with the PlayStation 5 Pro. If you don't have a PlayStation 5, jump in. I would recommend jumping in to the PlayStation 5 Pro. It's a lot more, sure, but you're going to be a little bit more future-proof, especially with GTA 6 for the next 4 years or so until PS6 comes out, right? There's nothing wrong with the original PS5, and if you can find a great deal on the original PS5, especially around Black Friday or a used one or some shit like that, then maybe go that direction. But if you're just now jumping in and the extra $200 isn't really a concern, quite frankly, I think you should just jump in with the PlayStation 5 Pro. I think that would be, especially when you want to get ready for GTA 6, you'll be ready for that, and all of the first-party titles are going to look and perform best on PlayStation 5 Pro. So it's not like you're spending $700 and getting ripped off. That's not what's happening. It's just, do you want to spend the extra $200 or so to get the Pro version when you could maybe get the PlayStation 5, which of course is cheaper. But again, if you don't have a PlayStation 5, my advice would be just to save a little bit more. You still have time. The damn thing doesn't come out until November. So you got all of October, the rest of September here. And what you could do is essentially put that money towards the PlayStation 5 Pro. You can future-proof yourself in the PlayStation ecosystem. And GTA 6 is going to look and perform best on the PlayStation 5 Pro. So I think it's a win-win. I think it's a win-win if you don't have a PlayStation 5 right now. That's my 2 cents. Because if I didn't have a PlayStation 5 right now, and I said, well, what do we want to get? Do we want, because GTA 6 is a big game, right? It's a massive game. It's a game that I will be playing day one regardless of quality to see what Rockstar has been cooking, right? So as such, to see the best version of that game is going to be on PlayStation 5 Pro. So if I were just now jumping in, hell, I might even sell my PS5. I might even sell my PS5 and just take some of that money and put it towards the PS5 Pro. Because it's like, what's the point of owning the PlayStation 5? When we could experience, the PlayStation 5 Pro, and GTA 6 is going to look and perform best on PlayStation 5 Pro. So, if I were just now jumping in, my go-to would be the PlayStation 5 Pro. Save up the extra couple of $100, and just go with PlayStation 5 Pro because there's going to be, if PS6 doesn't come out until what? Let's presume 2028. The original PS5 is going to be very outdated by then compared to the PS5 Pro. So, and with that said, we're going to be switching over to the jumping jack cam. Mike Hamlin coming through. That's what we love to see. Get you them 5 jumping jacks. Mike Hamlin in the building coming through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mike Hamlin is in the building coming through.
In a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see. Nope. Get a PS5 Pro. The value, you PC losers are just, I have no idea what you're on, but it's very strong, okay? We have talked about this for the last 3 or 4 days, 2 days, whatever it was, and we have told you that there is no value in PC gaming. That is a fact. If you want to build a potato PC for $850, go ahead. But I can tell you that the first-party PlayStation titles are going to look and perform best on PS5 Pro. So you might look on paper and say, well, your 4070 is more powerful, your 4070 Ti is more powerful, and that could very well be the case. But you have to understand that the PlayStation games that come out on PC, they're not necessarily all that optimized. Some of them are, some of them aren't. The Last of Us remake, for example, was a shit show on PC. So what I'm saying is that you kind of have to have the extra headroom to worry about those ports that may be not fully optimized. And the first-party titles are going to look and perform best on PS5 Pro. So if you're in the PlayStation ecosystem, guys, the PlayStation 5 Pro is a great product. It's not me playing Contrarian. It's me hitting with the facts, right? You're not getting a worse or inferior console for $700. You're getting the best that money can buy. It's as simple as that. You're getting the best that money can buy. You can argue build a PC, and you can argue, well, the PC benefits outweigh the console. Sure, you can do so much more on your computer, but What are you really trying to do? Are you trying to play games? There's no value in PC gaming. There's never been a value in PC gaming. Anyone that's trying to convince you otherwise, well, they can't afford a great PC rig, right? We're not saying you have to go all out, but you kind of have to do because, well, otherwise you're going to be left pretty disappointed. It just works on console, and the PS5 Pro is a better value. You can't build a computer for $700 that is on the level of the PS5 Pro. It's going to cost more. It's going to cost more. And that's fine if you do productivity or if you're using your PC in other ways just than gaming. But if you're just browsing the web and, what have you, and gaming, then quite frankly, I don't know if you really spent your money wisely because you could have just bought a PS5 Pro. You could have saved a couple of $100 as opposed to building a PC that's equivalent to the PlayStation 5 Pro, and you would have had a much better, enjoyable gaming experience, and you're not going to be left out for Grand Theft Auto 6. The whole premise of this PlayStation 5 Pro is for the future. It's not really right now. Right now, this year has been a barren wasteland for software. So Sony's not trying to convince you that, hey, right now, rush out and buy this, although people will, obviously. But with that said, right now isn't really the big moment for the PlayStation 5 Pro. In 1 year from now, it's going to make a little bit more sense, especially if Death Stranding's out and, of course, GTA 6 on the horizon, in addition to some other first-party titles that I'm sure will be updated by then on the PlayStation 5 Pro. So the value will actually make a little bit more sense as we head into mid-2025, late 2025 of next year and beyond. So if you don't have a PlayStation 5, I would just save up and just get the Pro in November. It's really that simple. If you can afford it, of course. If you can't, then, look around, and I'm sure they'll have great deals on the PlayStation 5 Slim for Black Friday or some shit like that, or look around and you can probably get one used for cheap too. But if $700 isn't going to break the bank and you don't have a PS5 Pro, definitely get the Pro over the regular edition because it's going to be better. It's going to be a better product from the ground up. It's just going to be a better product, So $700 is not bad. Now, in the console space, we haven't seen this in quite some time. The PS3 was, $600? The Panasonic 3DO, I guess, was $700. That's what the AI said anyway. So we don't usually see $700 consoles. That's kind of crazy, ludicrous. But these days, it's actually kind of normal. Everything's gone up in price, so. These computers are so expensive. These phones are so expensive. Technology is expensive, so it's very expensive. How will GTA be on Series S? I probably wouldn't recommend it on that. Rockstar, they are wizards. Let's not doubt Rockstar, but because you look at GTA 5, and GTA 5 was an Xbox 360 game. It was also on PS3, and that hardware was very primitive. Okay, but you look at what do you look at? You look at the Series S, and it is a weaker console. But I think Rockstar, they can pull it off. There's obviously going to be some things that they obviously tweak so that it runs good on Series S. But, if that's the place that you want to play it on or have to play it on, then, you're still going to experience it, but it won't be the PS5 Pro version will probably be, I don't know about a night and day difference, but you'll definitely be able to see the differences if I had to guess. Probably more NPCs on the screen, better shadows, this, that, and the third. We can go down the whole list. But I'm just going to assume that the Series S, Rockstar, they're pretty great at optimizing their games for lackluster hardware. So I wouldn't worry about it too much if you're on Series S. But, if you can upgrade between now and then when GTA 6 comes out. And plus, we've heard rumors that GTA 6 is not coming out until 2026. So, if that's the case, then, well, you still have more time for that as well. How are you buying GTA 6 CD if you don't have a disc on the PS5 Pro? How do you know that the game is coming out on disc? Because I'm willing to bet that the game isn't coming out on disc. I'm willing to bet that the game is not coming out on disc at least day one. It doesn't make sense. Why would it come out on disc? Maybe the collector's edition or something, but I guess Call of Duty's on disc. Well, that's a bad comparison because those require a download. But Yeah, they're still putting games out on disc, but, you know, it's not 2025. Late 2025, the whole landscape could be even different than what it is now. So we just don't know. Stop shilling the PlayStation 5 Pro. How am I shilling the PlayStation 5 Pro? See, when I talk positive about something, I'm a shill. When I have a different perspective, I'm a contrarian. I'm probably not even upgrading. The only reason that would be worth it for me is for coverage purposes to upgrade to the PlayStation 5 Pro. I don't have a television that's going to benefit from the PlayStation 5 Pro. So it would essentially be...
Shattered Dreams super chatted $5.
That's what we're talking about.
Can we do this in a way that makes sense?
Absolutely. Shattered Dreams is coming through with a $5 super chat. That's what we love to see. Just great support here today. Let's keep the trainer rolling. As Shattered Dreams is coming through, let's go ahead and get you them lasers, bud. Shattered Dreams is coming through. And we're going to start doing early morning shows here. This is unprecedented. Shattered Dreams. We're going to have to start doing early morning shows here. Thought this was going to be a total disaster. It turned out to be the opposite. We got more support here today than yesterday. I was doing fucking push-ups on the floor, and that shit's way harder than this. So we do appreciate it very much so. Shattered Dreams in the building coming through with a $5 super chat. And as such, we're going to be switching over to the jumping jacks cam and getting you those 5 jumping jacks. Shattered Dreams in the building coming through. And we're going to get you them 5 jumping jacks here. Shattered Dreams in the building coming through. 1, 2, fucking ass bitch. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shattered Dreams in the building. Coming through in a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see. GTA 6 will be over 500 gigabytes. Well, that's great because you have a 2 terabyte. You have a 2 terabyte SSD in the PlayStation 5 Pro. Okay, Mike Larry, we're going to get you banned, bud. We didn't need your fake support. What if GTA 6 flops? It's not going to flop, at least financially. GTA 6 is not going to flop financially, if that makes any sense. It is the biggest game in all of video. GTA 6, the biggest game in all of video. How's it going? Well, today's the support's really fantastic. We're going to start thinking about doing early morning shows here. Maybe it's just this Saturday we got lucky, but great support from Daniel United and Sourceless coming through really hard and really strong with the massive Bruce Wayne bucks really helping support the show in a big way. And we haven't seen that quite some time, so we do appreciate that. But we will start considering doing morning shows. We don't usually go live this early. And I thought, well, today we're going to try it. It's a Saturday. You know, we haven't had so we're going to try it. And, well, we just great support here today, really great support. And we've been doing a lot of jumping jacks. We've been losing, we've been burning some calories. So exactly, peak condition. That's what we're talking about. GTA 6 need to take inspiration from GTA 4's world. Absolutely. They need to do it a dark, mature game, but they won't because that's not what sells. That's why the cars in GTA 5, they're like race cars. They're like toy RC cars. How do you go from GTA 4, which is like, we're not saying pure simulation, but, you know, there's some realistic movement physics, right? Some people will say otherwise and say, oh, the cars felt like, you know, you were driving a boat with a swing. But you look at GTA 5 and you have to ask yourself, what the fuck is that shit? Like, the driving was completely overhauled. It's an arcade race. It's an arcade driving game, right? That's what it is. I remember watching the footage on PS3 before the game came out and thinking, you know, pausing it, they showed a split second of driving, and it just looked so terrible. They changed the driving, and it wasn't for the better. Because 4's driving actually you had to have some skill. 5, you can magically flip your car over, and I understand it's a video game, but it's like, I don't know who made that decision, but it's like, how are you going from 4, which is like a very different game, in nearly every aspect. It's like the last Rockstar. I truly, honestly believe it's the last like Rockstar Games game with the Rockstar Games DNA within. If that makes any sense, you can just tell. GTA 4 came out in 2008. Even Red Dead 1, it started to get a little weird, right? And that's Rockstar San Diego. It's not Rockstar North. These days, I'm sure it's all the same. But the point is that the last Rockstar game was pretty much GTA 4. You could tell. And then after that, it started to get really weird. Like the direction of the games kind of changed. The tone of the games kind of changed. The physics started going backwards instead of forwards, right? It's like, how is GTA 4 a more advanced, superior title, especially in regards to physics, than what you have in even more modern titles from Rockstar? It makes no sense. So they've gone backwards in a lot of areas. You're getting a 2 terabyte SSD. Does anyone know? We're not going to ask the chat. PS5. We're going to Google this and see if we can figure this out in a way that makes sense. Okay. So the memory speeds have increased. The memory speeds have increased on the PlayStation 5 Pro. A lot of the Xbots are foaming at the mouth, and they're saying that the CPU is going to be the bottleneck, and it's like, well, there's always going to be a bottleneck anyway. You can't get, you guys are asking for a PS6, right? When the PS6 comes out, the CPU is going to be a hell of a lot stronger, and so will the GPU and all the AI stuff, The PS6 will have an AI chip. That's one thing that the PS5 doesn't have, and I'm actually surprised, at least from what I could tell. Maybe I'm not looking at it right. But the PS5 Pro seemingly doesn't have an AI chip, on the motherboard, right? So I could be wrong on that. Maybe I am. But that is interesting. We don't need Red Dead 3. We're tired of playing these woke cowboy simulators. We don't need Red Dead 3. We just got Red Dead 2 about 6 years ago, and no one cared when that game came out. I mean, they did, but it started to take on a life of its own with all these stupid social media Arthur Morgan thirst traps. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. It's like these men are so gay that they just love Arthur Morgan. They're like, oh, Arthur Morgan. That's what it is. It's like you have to be gay to like that game. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying you have to be kind of gay to like that game. Like you have to have, an attraction to Arthur Morgan, and that's what you guys did. So because he's the main character. You're not, oh wow, Arthur dies, cool. They did this in Red Dead 1 from 2010, but you guys weren't there day one. I was there day one. Why did Sony sold the PS5 Pro at the beginning? Now we have to buy another one for GTA 6. You don't have to buy another one for GTA 6. You don't have to buy another one. That's not what anyone is saying. You don't have to buy another one. That's not what we're saying. But we are saying that it will look and perform best on PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro is not exclusive. GTA 6 is not exclusive to the PS5 Pro. I don't know where you're getting that from. It runs on Series S, unless they cancel that version, which at this point they should. Ubisoft fell off a long time ago. There was an era where Ubisoft was putting in a lot of quality work, but they haven't been doing it since. So they fell off. Spider-Man 2 DLC, have no idea. Red Dead fans don't want to hear it. I don't care. The Red Dead community is toxic. Some of the most toxic people you'll meet. They just love that game. I don't understand. I mean, I think it's a great game, but, well, pretty good. But, let's not put it up on a pedestal and act like it's the only great game that's ever been made. I mean, that's ridiculous because it didn't bring anything new to the table. If it brought something new to the table outside of graphics, then maybe we could have looked at it and said, okay. But you play it now and it's like there's nothing to do in the game. There's nothing to do in the game. We need more Mass Effect games? No, we don't. Those were never good. So, well, actually, we do need more Mass Effect games so they can finally make one good Mass Effect game. The only one that was at least somewhat interesting when it came out was Mass Effect 1, and they haven't made a good one since. Starfield is going to run better on the PlayStation 5 Pro than Series X if it comes to PlayStation. Yeah, all of the Xbox titles are going to look and perform best on PlayStation 5 Pro. Unless they deliberately go in and make them worse, which I don't think that is a thing. So, yeah, all of the Xbox. So that's what I'm saying. You know, I think Phil Spencer has to make a move here, and I think it has to be made soon. And I think what Xbox is going to have to do, here's my theory on what Xbox is going to have to do. I don't think they do a mid-gen refresh for Series X. I mean, they kind of already did that this year with the 2 terabyte model, but there's nothing new outside of that, I believe, right? I think a new color or something, I don't know. Or there's no disk drive, so you're getting less. I believe anyway. But I think Phil Spencer is going to have to make some calls, and I think they're going to have to lock in the next console. I mean, I really do. I think they're going to have to lock in the next console because they're still going to make consoles. So I think Phil Spencer is going to come out of the woodwork. Who knows when? And I think we'll see the next generation of Xbox, not a mid-gen Xbox Series X refresh, but the next series of Xboxes. So I think there will be a point in time like there is right now where PlayStation's on top in terms of power. And honestly, Xbox has never let this happen. When you really think about it, unless I'm thinking about it wrong, well, maybe because Xbox One X was more powerful than the PS4 Pro. That's when they started to get into this power hungry thing where it's like, well, you want the premium console, buy an Xbox One X, true 4K, whatever the fuck, right? Which, obviously. So they had the Xbox One X that was more powerful than the PS4 Pro, and then they beat them again with the PS5. The Series X, on paper anyway, has more teraflops, more compute power. Maybe it didn't show in some of the third-party titles, but nonetheless. So now we're at this position where it's like, well, PlayStation seemingly has the upper hand going into 2025 and beyond, but I think Xbox is going to swoop in 2026 rather, and I think they come out of the woodwork early with the next console. I think they come out of the woodwork early with the next generation Xbox built from the ground up, and it obliterates the PlayStation 5 Pro. Because there's no way where it makes sense for Xbox to have the inferior hardware on the market, and I understand you can play your Xbox games anywhere. They're not really in the console business anymore, but they're still making them because it's a $1 trillion company, so whatever. But to have your software that you own under your umbrella perform best on the competition's hardware is insane to me. I guess it is when you look back in the past. But I guess it doesn't really matter now because Xbox wants you to play your games wherever you want, anywhere, anytime, whatever device, right? So I do think the next Xbox generation AI-focused have off generating video games for advanced audience of one. Have no idea what you said. Well, there's rumors that the next Xbox could be partnering with NVIDIA, and I think that could be very interesting because these consoles have been locked into AMD for quite some time. And I think the original Xbox was NVIDIA, right? So if the next Xbox, if they partnered with NVIDIA, that could be very interesting. Make a custom chip for the next Xbox and PlayStation be stuck on AMD. I think that would be crazy. I think that would rejuvenate, and really deliver a premium console, no compromises, 4K 60 every game. Phil Spencer comes out on stage and guarantees that. World's most powerful console yet again. This time we're doing it bigger and better than ever before. DLSS, whatever the fuck, all this shit right within the console. It's like, yeah, it's pretty similar to the PC, but it's like, well, you're getting the convenience of a console and the price of a console, so. Okay, so did you guys complain about the PlayStation 4 Pro? Because it seems like you did. It seems like you guys complained about the PlayStation 4 Pro. Jumping jacks is pretty funny. Yeah, well, it's been a little while since someone came through, so we're having a cooldown. We've already done over 110, 20, 30 jumping jacks. I don't know how many. I mean, I really don't. But we've done a lot of jumping jacks here. It will be $1,000. Yeah, the consoles, the PlayStation 6 is not going to be less than $700. You think Sony's going to go back? I would predict that the PlayStation 5 will be, the PlayStation 6 rather. I'm going to predict the PlayStation 6 is going to be around I'll say the PlayStation 6. We'll predict the price of the PlayStation 6 just for fun. In 4 or so years from now, if we had to guess, I'm going to predict that the PlayStation 6 price will be $700. Because you can't. I mean, you can't really push it up. Oh, I mean, you can. But that's not the Pro model. So eventually the PS6 Pro in 10 years from now or whatever the fuck, that will be even more. But I think, I don't know. These consoles are getting out of control. They got to have software. Well, you guys pay $1,000. Oh, Input Funny's here. Input Funny's here, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody is buying a PS5 Pro. Well, that's the reason to buy it. So that way, how is no one buying this console? Yeah, right now they're not. But if anything, buy it so you can scalp it on eBay for that brief period of time where people really want it and they can't get it. Because there's going to be nerds that want to buy this thing and it'll be sold out everywhere. So just buy one and then flip it on eBay and make a profit. But I will say that, later next year it'll make more sense if you want to upgrade. It's not like people are flocking to the stores to go buy this damn thing. Obviously not. It's a very expensive piece of hardware. Members only. Okay. Let's get you banned, Adrian. It's not in members only. Low IQ comment. Get the low IQ out. Drain the swamp. We all agree that GTA 6 will most likely be the most realistic game of all time. But how much realism is too much? Okay. Well, if it's too realistic, they're going to censor the shit out of it and what you can do within the game. So the more realistic the graphics become, the more of a problem that becomes. I mean, you could probably sell your PS5 Pro when you're done with Black Ops 6. When does Black Ops 6 come out? October? So you play that on your PS5, you get done with that, and then you can just sell your PS5 and then upgrade to the Pro. Take that money and put it towards the Pro, and that'll knock it down to probably $500 instead of $700, right? Because you can at least, I mean, how much can you sell a PS5 for? $300, $350 used, $400? I don't know. Probably not $400, but around $250 to $350, right? For a PS5 used, that's how much they're probably going for, right? Or maybe that's too high. I have no idea. You disagree. Well, that's fantastic. Being able to run your games, your gas, or change low on your car, being able to pay rent monthly or go homeless. I have no idea what you're talking about. No, that's not what we want in GTA 6. That sounds dumb. Maybe for the online, but not for the single player. That sounds stupid. Just go play The Sims or something like that. That's not what we're asking for. Let's play some zombies. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. It's the same mode every time. It looks like trash, too. It's Warzone again. GameStop was taking trade-ins for $400? Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems a little... GameStop is paying $400. Oh, you're saying... No, there's no way. GameStop ain't giving you no $400 for your PS5. Ain't a damn way, bud. Ain't no way GameStop is giving you $400 for your PS5, because if that's the case, I'll go to GameStop today. I don't need my PS5. What are we missing out on? Silent Hill? How many viewers do you think we're going to get for Silent Hill? Because that's the only game that I can think of that's coming So we'd miss out on Silent Hill. You know, I can play Black Ops 6 on the PS4 if we had to. In fact, I have that game on PS4. It came with the PS4 version, so we're good to go. We don't need the PS5. There's no games. And then, if anything, you know, maybe we want to upgrade. Yeah, GameStop. I'm going to call GameStop right now and ask. Actually, we can't do that. They're not giving you $400 for your PS5. That's absolutely insane. Let's go to eBay and look at how much these are selling for. PS5 sold. How do we okay. Let's go to eBay and see how much these are selling for. Used PS5 sold. Oh Lord, the price is terrible. This one sold for $159. Console only. That's a good deal. Yeah, this one $379. $326. 1 terabyte. $370. PlayStation Slim 1 terabyte. A lot of Xboxes on here. $400. PlayStation 5 disc drive, new in box, open once, never played. New in box, by the way, but you've opened it. New in the box, by the way, but you've opened it. Really? New in the box, by the way, but you've opened it. How is that new? New means sealed, right? How is that new? New in the box, but you've opened it. Well, you've already opened it. It lost its value. The fuck? New in the box, by the way. PlayStation 4 Slim 1 terabyte PS4 and 11 games mega bundle $170. Oh, those games are terrible. You can easily sell a PS5 in my country for $450. Okay. What is the selling price of Series X at GameStop? Probably not high. Probably not high.
Michael does
Holy
life.
motherfucking shit, that's what we're talking about. I'm a progressive NPC is plowing through in a way that makes sense.
$20.
Oh my.
PS5 Pro is a bargain for $700. PS3 was $600 back in 2006, and in today's dollar that would be $1,200 at least.
Really? I'm a progressive NPC is coming through hard and strong. The support here this morning is unprecedented. This is what we love to see. I'm a progressive NPC is plowing through and coming through in a way that makes sense.
Michael does
With the $20 super chat, and now we have someone else coming through the pipeline here.
Rashida79
Rashida coming through.
In buying a PS5 Pro day one, people scoffing now will be panicking later, cause after launch scalpers will be only.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why the title is
$310 on PS5.
Exactly. That's why the title of this video is if you don't buy a PS5 Pro, you're an idiot, because even if you don't even care about the damn thing, you can flip this on eBay for a profit. So why wouldn't you buy it? You know what I mean? Unless you didn't want to do that, of course, but nonetheless. Rashida is coming through, and I'm a progressive NPC plowing through, and in a way that makes sense, hard and strong, and we owe you guys 25 jumping jacks. Great support here today. I'm a progressive NPC is plowing through, and in a way that makes sense. And Rashida is up in the building coming through with the $5 super chat. This is what we love to see. We will be switching over to the push-up, jumping jack cam, rather. We will be switching over to the jumping jack cam in just a few moments here, and we will be giving you those 25 jumping jacks here today. I'm a progressive NPC coming through with the $20 super chat, and Rashida in the building with the 5. And as such, we will be switching over to let's get some dubs and hearts in the chat. We will be switching over to the jumping jack cam here in just a moment. Get you them 25 jumping jacks. And here we go, folks at home. 25 jumping jacks. We are switching over to the jumping jack cam. And let's go ahead and get this started in a way that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Right there, the jumping jack cam. We just got you them 25 jumping jacks. Coming through in a way that makes sense. I'm a progressive NPC plowing through. And Rashida joining in as well. It's what we love to see. Let's get you them fireworks. We have done a shitload of jumping jacks here today. And today's the day we didn't bring the water. I didn't think we need it. That's what we love to see coming through and coming through in a way that makes sense. The power of the cell processor. Yeah, maybe the power of the cell processor is still untapped. The power of the cell processor could be potentially still untapped. I believe that it will be Rockstar versus Hangar 13 next. Well, there's no Rockstar versus Hangar 13, bud. Because let me just say this: Hangar 13 is nowhere in the league of Rockstar games. Even with Rockstar being in the state that they're currently at. And plus, Hangar 13 had a bunch of layoffs after Mafia 3, and even I think after the Mafia 1 remake. So, you guys didn't like Mafia 3. But you love the Mafia 1 remake, which doesn't make any sense when you really think about it. Zero sense, right? It's like Mafia 3 was its own thing. I understand it pissed people off, but it did what it wanted to do, right? It was its own thing. It wasn't a remake. It was an all-new story, and it brought back some characters. But, Lincoln Clay, Vietnam vet, brand new protagonist, set in New Orleans. New Bordeaux, right? It's set in the late 60s. Killer soundtrack, amazing muscle cars. But the game's trash, right? So instead you buy a remake, an inferior remake, the Mafia 1 remake, and it destroys a classic. But that's better, right? You'd rather support the remake that destroys the original vision of Mafia 1 than buy this brand new original story, Mafia 3. I don't get it. But you look at the timeline there, 2016 to 2020, how many years is that? 4 years, right? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, that's a 4-year gap. And, well, I think it's lining up because next year we get the Mafia Old Country or whatever it's called from Hangar 13. So that's about a 5-year wait. But it's pretty in line with the timing. So I guess every 4 or 5 years they'll be pumping out a new Mafia game, which is fine because you don't get them too often. But it's only it's got to be good, and it's not going to compare to GTA 6. But if I were 2K, I'd be pulling that out of because right now the publishers don't have inside information, right? They don't know when Rockstar is going to release GTA 6. They don't know when this is coming. So if you're a publisher and you want your game to sell and you want to make max profit, you got to pull it away from GTA 6. You have to. So that's why a lot of publishers are probably looking at this whole GTA 6 fiasco and saying, well, we don't want to ship our game within that release window of GTA 6 because it's going to be a total failure, right? So when is Mafia Old Country coming? If you were 2K, if you were the publisher of that game, when would you put that out? I mean, honestly, when would you put out? Do you put it out before GTA 6 or after? I think you put it out before. I think you have to put it out before, because even if you put it out after, even when the GTA 6 hype dies down, that's a behemoth, right? That's going to be a never-ending game for the next 10 years or whatever the hell, 15 years, whatever they push it for. So it's like, well, you kind of can't compete with that. So I think you have to get Mafia Old Country out before GTA 6 next year. This isn't what people are talking about, but it's like, well, the next Call of Duty is going to have problems too. Right now, no one cares about GTA 6 because Rockstar has nothing to show for it. You've been watching the trailer 1 for about a year now. And, it's all gone quiet. The hype fizzled out, deflated. But when you really think about it, these publishers are reluctant to put their game out near GTA 6 because it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be very hard for those games to succeed, even if they're good, because GTA 6 is going to get all of the attention. So, these publishers are looking. That's why they're not giving specific dates, because they're not going to commit to something and say, well. So they're looking at the window here for when potentially GTA 6 could release, and you want to stay away from that because it's too big and your game will fail. The new Mafia game, will it have gas mechanics? Well, the new Mafia game is set in 18 whatever, or 19. Okay, let's get you banned permanently. Thank you for coming in, but you're done. I've had it with you. So you're permanently banned, bud. Getting tired of it. Star is coming through. Member for 28 months. I want to play a game. I'm bored and just can't think of anything to put on. I think I'm just getting bored of gaming altogether. It's a snooze fest. Well, yeah, that's why I'm out here talking. Because there's nothing to play. If there was something to play, then, we would be playing it, but there's nothing to play. I played Astrobot for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Well, maybe a little bit longer than that, and it was a snooze fest. Total snooze fest. No, it's not set in the 30s, but it's like it's a Red Dead ripoff is what it is. The new Mafia game is set in early 1900s or whatever. Pretty sure. So it's going to have horses and stuff like that. Space Marine, by the way. Yeah, we're not playing Space Marine. That's not happening. We're not playing Space Marine. Mafia 2 soundtrack was great. Absolutely. Yeah, the Mafia. Well, that's the thing with the Mafia games. Typically, the soundtrack is fantastic. Yeah, Mafia 2 had a great soundtrack. Mafia 3, great soundtrack as well. Hello? The new Mafia is set in 1900. Yeah, it's like Red Dead Redemption 2. It's about the same time frame. So they're just copying Red Dead 2. They looked at the success, they looked at the sales of Red Dead 2, and they're just going to sit there and copy it. Imagine not playing the Superman game Undisputed on the PS5 for free. I've already played that on PC. I already know what you're talking about. I played that a long time ago, about 4 or 5 years ago on PC. How does it perform on PS5, though? Because on PC it was pretty choppy. At least when I played it, but I don't know about now. Yeah, that's a fun game. Actually, guys, go download that. It's a Superman. It's a wannabe Superman game. They can't put Superman in it, but you can roam around. You can fly around the city, and it's you can have some fun. It's free, and apparently it's on PS5 now. Okay, let's get you banned, bud. Get you up out of here. Space Marine 2 is basically Helldivers. Oh, Lord. Well, I'm glad we haven't played it because we don't want to play that Helldivers slop. Remember how they were shilling that earlier this year? They said Helldivers is just the best, most fantastic thing.
Michael does life.
Holy fucking shit.
Shattered Dreams super chatted $5. At least we did it in a way that made sense.
That's what we're talking about. Shattered Dreams is in the building yet again. That's what we love to see. Shattered Dreams is coming through yet again. I believe that's the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. Just incredible support here today. I don't know what's going on, but I guess this is early morning stuff here. Shattered Dreams, a 3-time Tony Hawk combo rather for Shattered Dreams. Shattered Dreams in the building coming through with a $5 super chat. That's what we love to see. 3-time Tony Hawk combo for Shattered Dreams. Great support here today. Let's go ahead and get you them lasers, bud. Shattered Dreams is in the building coming through in a way that makes sense. And as such, we will be switching over to the, what are we doing? Jumping jack cam. And we'll be getting you them 5 jumping jacks here in just a moment here. Shattered Dreams in the building, coming through with the $5 super chat and coming through in a way that makes sense. We're going to be switching over to the push-up, jumping jack cam rather. We're not doing push-ups today. We can take a break on that because we are sore from yesterday. Let me tell you that. We are sore from yesterday. Shattered Dreams is in the building, coming through in a way that makes sense. And as such, we're going to be switching over here now to the jumping jack cam. Let's get you them 5 jumping jacks here. Coming through in a way that makes sense. 5 jumping jacks right there, easy. That's what we're talking about. Shattered Dreams in the building, coming through in a way that makes sense. Wukong and Astrobot are a 10 out of 10, by the way. Oh, Lord. Terrible games. PS5 went woke. Dead Island 2 is just so much better at beating the zombie skin off zombies. Dying Light would adapt. We need more audio, don't we? Get you guys more audio. It's not working. Hello? 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 Okay. We're going to get you bent. Gave you the benefit of the doubt, and that was obviously not. Get you right up out of here. iPhone 16, what about it? What about it? Hello? Best zombie game is The Last... Oh, Lord.
Michael does life.
Look at this support here today. This is unprecedented support here today. Death-Sided 666 is coming through in a way that makes sense with a $10 super chat.
Give me some of that sweet, sweet jacks.
That's what we're talking about. Death-Sided 666 is in the building here today and coming through in a way that makes sense with a $10 super chat. That's what we love to see. Holy shit. Death-Sided 666 is in the building, coming through in a way that makes sense with the $10 super chat. And as such, we're going to get you them lasers. Death-Sided 666 is in the building, coming through in a way that makes sense. We also have spectators out here, too. It's a great show. Death-Sided 666 is in the building, coming through in a way that makes sense with a $10 super chat. And as such, we're going to go ahead and get you them jumping jacks. The 10 jumping jacks. We'll switch over to the jumping jacks cam here in just a moment as Death-Sided 666 is coming through. And in a way that makes sense with a $10 super chat, plowing through hard and strong. Death-Sided 666 in the building. That's what we love to see. And as such, we'll be switching over to the jumping jack cam momentarily. And that's what we'll be doing right now. So we're heading over to the jumping jack cam. Death-Sided 666 coming through. You 10 jumping jacks. So let's go ahead and get them done. We are. It's getting hot out here. It's getting exhausting, I'll tell you that. But Death-Sided in the building, coming through in a way that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that right there. Easy. Boom. Done. The jumping jack cam. Death-Sided 666 is in the building, coming through, and in a way that makes sense. Let's get some dubs up in a motherfucking chat here. Death-Sided 666 coming through, and in a way that makes sense. Let's see who put that comment. Okay. We're gonna have to get these losers up out of here. If you don't have a PlayStation 5 Pro, okay, let's go ahead and get you up out of here. Days Gone. Okay. Any Days Gone discussion? We're going to go ahead and get you up out of here, too. Days Gone, by the way. Oh. Days Gone, by the way. Good form. Yeah, well, the push-ups are a little bit easier than the jumping jacks, rather, are a little bit easier than the push-ups, so. Exactly. Woke reviewers didn't like Deacon. Okay. Well, the game's boring. I don't know what to tell you. The only good thing is the gas mechanic. I think that's a really, it grounds the player. You can't roam around like it's a fantasy game, and, you can't go everywhere you want when you want. You have to, be mindful of the gas stuff. So I think that's a great mechanic, and I think they utilized it very well, but outside of that, the game's pretty boring. Days Gone is all right. Dead Rising is better. Hey, can you tell me if that guy is still shilling the Dead Rising remake? Did he make another video? Because about 2 weeks ago I looked and he had a video shilling, gushing over it because they accepted him and approved him in the Capcom review program or whatever the fuck it was. But he was shilling the Dead Rising demaster and saying it's basically better than the original. And how they brought back cut content from the beta or whatever the hell, and it's like no one cares. Yeah, they brought back cut content, but they've also taken things away from the original release. So it's like which is worse? Well, I think cutting content is actually worse than bringing content back that no one ever knew existed. Yeah, you go look and you let me know, because I'm sure he's on Capcom's payroll essentially. I mean, maybe he's not getting paid, but he's getting free stuff. So it's like, well, that's the incentive right there. I mean, if Capcom sent me a Dead Rising fucking T-shirt or something like that, you bet your ass would be shilling that game. Still the same video from 2 weeks ago? Yikes. Well, then he's fake. If he has nothing new to say about the game, then I don't. That video is so terrible too. You watch that video and he's gushing over every aspect of the game. Like it's just like it's like almost a parody. It's almost a parody. Maybe it is. Maybe he's 2 steps ahead. Maybe it's a 5D play. Dead Rising could have been good if the AI wasn't terrible. That's 90% of the game, by the way. Okay, well, they're probably not going to fix it. Still going on about the PS5 Pro? Yeah, just like everyone else is. Because you guys weren't listening. If you started listening, then we wouldn't have to talk about these topics every other day. Okay, let's get you banned, bud. You lost credibility from IGN when they gave Deathloop a 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's something I don't agree with. Deathloop is terrible. Deathloop is terrible. They will fix it. They will make the AI too good, and it will be a cakewalk. I love the story too. Okay. Well, we're going to have to wrap this up soon here. Because you guys are talking about these games that no one cares about, and I can't continue the conversation. I don't understand why people think it's expensive, especially if you compare the hardware and even the software. Okay. Yeah, when the new Ask Read comes out, we will be covering that, which I believe is next month, right? It's expensive because the PS5 has no games. Okay. Well, the Xbox is expensive too. They just raised the price on the Xbox Series X, I believe. What happened to Bronx Jensen? Bronx Jensen said he was in L.A., and I went out to L.A. whenever that was this summer, and we didn't see Bronx Jensen. Another fake fan. They love to tell you that they're in L.A., and then you come to L.A. and they're nowhere to be found. As if they're not in LA. Make it make sense. They switched the devs and wanted it to look more like the comics, so they got the first one damn sick. Nobody cares about Xbox these days. It doesn't matter. Some of the hardware aren't even made into the most recent hardware of PC, like the ray tracing. Well, that's what I said. It's custom hardware. It'll probably eventually come to the new AMD cards, but GTA 6 will rescue the games industry. Okay, let's get you up out of here. Well, we're going to wrap it up soon. We got 32% on the battery here. Or to fall asleep out here, jeez. Where to fall asleep out here? Jeez. Trey Ark is cooking, by the way. Okay. Okay, let's see when this account was made. I'm going to go ahead and predict it was made within the last 4 days. Channel activity. 6 years ago. Okay, let's get you, Ben. Yeah, we're excited for GTA 6, and the trailer 2 will, presumably be out in December, so we don't have to wait too much longer there. A couple of more months, and we'll get trailer 2, and you guys will start talking about it again, and then, in a week after the trailer comes out, it'll be another dead topic. What if at the end of trailer 2 they just say 2025 again, like they, dude. Is Matt good for editing machine? You have one, so you could tell. You mean video editing? Yeah. Yep. Guys, we got a totally dead chat. I'm literally falling asleep out here. We don't usually broadcast this early. But I'm glad we did today because, we got grid support today, at least a little bit better support than most streams, so. Bruce Wayne books are deployed here today. Over to fall asleep, guys. Holy shit. Imagine if they show 2026. Yeah. Well, they could. Imagine if they show 2026. Yeah, they could. Let's get you, Ben. God, these fucking losers are in here still. Like, imagine you were just in here at 3 a.m. last night, and you're up in here again. Like, do you sleep? When's your sleep schedule so we can go live and then you wouldn't pester people? Because you have to sleep. You're a human being. You can't possibly stay up 24/7, but you have a crew of incels, so. Yeah, well, we're going to have to wrap it up here. You could be playing one of the greatest games of all time. I don't think how quickly time is passing by. This time next year, the game's not going to be out. GTA 6 is not going to be out this time next year. Sean Martin, San Martin rather, is coming. Holy... Dude, what is with the support
San
today?
Martin
Holy
Luna
shit.
super
San
chatted
Martin is
$10.
coming through.
People who say it is too expensive don't even know what the specs mean or are too dumb to understand the specs.
San Martin is coming through in a way that makes sense with a $10 super chat. That's what we love to see. San Martin is coming through hard and strong with a 10. And San Martin says people who say it's too expensive don't even know what the specs mean or are too dumb to understand the specs. I agree. I agree. It challenges their brain, especially the PC Master Race. They are foaming at the mouth here, and they can't handle it. San Martin coming through in a way that makes sense with a $10 super chat. Let's go ahead and get you them lasers. San Martin is in the building coming through in a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see, and we're going to be switching over to the Jumping Jacks cam here today in just a moment. As San Martin has come through hard and strong with a $10 super chat. That's what we love to see. San Martin in the building coming through with the 10. And we'll be switching over to the Jumping Jacks cam in a way that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get you them 10 push-ups here. We're going to be switching over to the Jumping Jacks cam. Big support here today. Really didn't expect this one. You know, this is the day we didn't bring the bottle of water either. Didn't think we would need it because we didn't think anyone was going to come through. We thought this was going to be a real tough show, but all of a sudden people started to show up and come through hard and strong. And now San Martin has come through hard and strong, so we're going to go ahead and get you them 10 push-ups. Look at that right there. Boom, done, easy. 10 jumping jacks. San Martin is in the building coming through. And in a way that makes sense, you love to see it. San Martin in the building with a $10 super chat. Yep, we just went over to the jumping jack cam. We just put in 10 jumping jacks. That's what we love to see here. World Class is shaping up. What are you going to check out? A Call of Duty Halloween event? Michael Myers is there. Yeah, and they have Art the Clown. I think Art the Clown will be very popular. Well, when is that? September? October? We're not begging for support. We're getting support. We didn't have to beg today. So let's get you banned for that false narrative. Didn't have to beg today. People came through and supported. They want to see jumping. The jumping jacks are more popular than the push-ups, so I thought it'd be the other way around. But the jumping jacks are... Okay, let's go ahead and get you up out of here. Most of that time they woke up in their parents' basement and they got the notifications on. Sad. Okay, let's get you banned too.
Michael
Look at
does
this right
life.
here, just coming through. Scars in the building, coming through again. Holy shit.
Scar super chatted £10.
That's what we love to see.
want the
Holy shit, this is
Darkness 3
crazy
get
support
on it
today.
the
What's
case,
going
Michael.
on? Scar is in the building coming through it in a way that makes sense with the $10 super chat. That's what we love to see. Let's go ahead and get you them lasers. Scar in the building coming through with the 10. And he says right here, Scar says, I want the Darkness 3. Get on the case, Michael. Yeah. Well, Darkness 3, yeah, I don't think that's happening, but the Darkness 1 was a pretty good game. I bought that when it came out. There's an achievement in that game if you go on a date in that game, and if you wait, you watch a whole movie in the game. And if you watch the whole movie, it'll give you the achievement. It's like an hour-long movie. And the graphics were good. And the Darkness 2, though, is not good because it's a comic book game, and it's all cartoony and stuff, and it's not good at all. Oh, well, it's not that it's not good. It's just different. The first game's a lot better. It's a little bit more serious, and So I would recommend the first game. Graphics are good too. A lot of great motion blur in that game. I like motion blur. It looks really cinematic. But a lot of gamers don't like motion blur because they want their games to look like video games, and it's like, no, if the game's cinematic, I want it to look like a movie, right? There's motion blur in a movie because movies are shot at 24 frames. And if the shutter speed isn't very high, then... Okay. Scar coming through with the 10. That's what we love to see. Scar is in the building. And as such, we're going to be switching over to the Jumping Jacks cam in a way that makes sense. Scar coming through with a 10, and we're going to be switching over to the Jumping Jack cam right here and right now in a way that makes sense. The Jumping Jack cam. 10 more Jumping Jacks here in a way that makes sense. Boom, done, easy. Jumping Jack cam. 10 Jumping Jacks right there for Scar coming through in a way that makes sense. Yeah, I'm such a retard. Well, we made a lot of money today, so. Yep, I'm a stupid idiot. I'm really dumb, right? Yep, I'm really dumb. Says a lot about your character, though. You have literally no life. You're glued to this fucking show 24/7. I wonder what downtime you have. We can go live in that window where you are asleep. Because you're not a robot. That's the sad thing. If you were a robot, then it's like whatever, but, you know, just an incel. Just an incel. Who cares if you can watch a movie in the game if the gameplay is boring and the frame rate is terrible? If you like motion blur, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to go ahead and get... Okay, let's go ahead and get you in. Anyone that says, let's get you banned, bud, we'll get you banned. That's not for you to say. No, Dark Souls 2 is the best Dark Souls game. Well, we played it. It was trash. They're all the same. The thing is with these From Software fanboys is that they have like this weird thing where they think the games are all different. Like that's how mentally like unstable they are. And it's like the games aren't different. None of the From Software titles are different. It's the same thing. They might have a few new gimmicks here and there, but for the most part, it's the same game on repeat. Different level. Difficulty ramped up. There's nothing new. I mean, I guess Sekiro's a little different, but not really. Still the same principle. Dark Souls is the dumbest game of all time. Liza P was a great Souls-like game. Well, we don't need another clone. Oh, that guy needs to get banned here. Me and Input Funny are going to drive the chat here for a little bit. Because it was pretty stagnant there. Get it moving here. Get it moving here in a way that makes sense. We've almost been live for 2 hours here. We're going to be winding it down shortly. The battery didn't drain as quick as I thought it would. From Software fans are deranged people? Oh, absolutely. They are very much, well, because they spent so much time in this misery simulator that it's just affected their mental well-being. So, I mean, I understand why they're like that because they played those games. And those games are anti-fun. So it's like, well, yeah, it's a cool feeling when you finally beat the boss, but then you do it again and again and again, and it's like you're just going through this. Like, they need to study the brain when people play those games because it's not normal people anyway, not weird people. So it's really let's get you, Ben. Tyler is coming through in a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see. Holy freaking shit. Unprecedented support here today. This is what we love to see. Tyler in the building coming through hard and strong with the $5 super chat. That's what we love to see. Tyler is in the building coming through with the 5. And as such, we'll be switching over. I'm actually sore, I'm not going to lie. Probably from the push-ups, but tomorrow we'll be sore from both. Tyler coming through with the 5. That's what we love to see. And as such, we'll be switching over to the Jumping Jack cam yet again. Get you them 5 Jumping Jacks. So we'll be switching over here momentarily. Tyler Boy 19 in the building with the 5. And as such, we're going to be switching over here. To the Jumping Jack cam. 5 jumping jacks here in a way that makes sense. Look at that right there. You guys must like that. I mean, you know, because push-ups, we were doing push-ups yesterday, which are much harder, but I think you guys like the jumping jacks more, so I guess we'll just keep doing the jumping jacks. Or we can try sit-ups, but that's a hell of a lot harder. I can't do sit-ups, so I don't know if we can do that. But we'll think of some other activities here. We'll switch it up so that way we don't do the same thing every time. But you guys are coming through and supporting the show in a massive way here, and we do appreciate that, at least as of recent. Big support here today, and we might have to keep at the schedule here because it's turning out to be a better supported stream here. Now, I'm not sure if it's because it's a Saturday or what the case might very well be, but okay, let's go ahead and get you, Ben. I don't know why this guy's still in here. Does anyone care about the level design in gaming? Tyler in the building yet again. That's what we love to see. Let's go ahead and get you, Ben. The new Indiana Jones, can't see that right there. The new Indiana Jones game will be trash. Well, you know, it's funny. They announced the Indiana. You know, Jeff Keighley looked back at the screen and be like, "Well, we have another announcement, and Indiana Jones is coming to PlayStation 5." And well, that game's going to look and perform best on PS5 Pro. Imagine that. Hope GTA 6 is the ultimate for game genre world. GTA 5 had tennis golf, but imagine how much they could do tennis, golf, surfing, beach ball, skating. I hope they're going to bring the bar sports. Pool and darts. Yeah, well, I mean, if it, you know, and that's the thing, too. It's like everything that is in both games should be in GTA 6. There's no excuse now. But at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. Because really what I thought about GTA 6 is I thought that's what GTA 5 was going to be. I thought, well, they've learned their lesson for GTA 4.
Michael does.
And Dr. Blitz is coming through. iPhone 16, by the way.
Dr. Blitz super chatted $4.99. Just bought the new 2024 Voodoo Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah, I've had it. I've had the new one. What do you think about it? I've actually had it. 2024 Mountain Dew Voodoo. What do you think about it? What do you think about the new Voodoo? Dr. Blitz in the building coming through with the $5 super chat. That's what we love to see. Coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get you them lasers. Dr. Blitz is in the building. iPhone 16. Well, that's what he said. He said he got the iPhone 16. Which color did you get? Pro Max? You get the brand new desert color? Dr. Blitz is in the building coming through, and as such, we're going to be switching over to the jumping jack cam. Big support today. Man, these jumping jacks are popular. Holy shit. Compared to the push-ups yesterday, I don't know what y'all are doing, but Dr. Blitz is in the building coming through in a way that makes sense, and as such, we're going to go ahead and get you them 5 jumping jacks. What do you think about that Mountain Dew Voodoo? What do you guys think about that Mountain Dew Voodoo? Dr. Blitz said he had it. Oh, Mexico. Holy shit. They got them. This is crazy. Viva Mexico. They had the damn flag on the back. Oh, today is Independence Day for Mexico, right? And the ban button just doesn't get enough use over here. You got the green iPhone 16. Let's go ahead and get you back. Oh, damn, the mods are faster than me. '22 Voodoo is still my favorite. Quite frankly, I can't tell a difference. To me, it all tastes the same, but, you know, you only have it once a year, so it's like, you're saying the 2022 Voodoo is the best. You don't have the funds to pay for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Well, neither do you, so we're in the same boat. We can be poor together. We can be poor together. It's hard times. Biden's economy. We have 21% on the battery here. We have 21% on the battery. We've been live for about 2 hours here. Did you play Metal Gear Rising? No, we don't play that slop. Could never be me. The fuck is that smell? What selected markets is Mountain Dew Voodoo in? You got the black titanium? Black titanium iPhone 16 Pro? What did you get for space? Storage, I mean. What did you get for storage? They got 256, 512, or no, what is it, 526? I don't remember what it is. And then 1 terabyte, right? Oh, Jackie Estacado coming through with a 2. The last good Mountain Dew is Baja Blast. Okay, let's get Bobby up out of here. Let's get Bobby banned. Imagine being called Bobby. Could never be me. Bobby, by the way. 256, yeah. Yeah, 256. Imagine buying a brand new iPhone each year and complain about the price of the PS5 Pro. These Kamala Sims are... Well, I mean, a phone can do everything. You can, a phone can do anything. You can, it's not a game console. So, I mean, there is a difference. But if the PS5 was handheld, then it was like that. Then your friend is asking what's wrong with your eye. How much is he going to pay? Tell him to come through with a $5 super chat and we'll answer the question. Let's get you, man. When is the next gaming stream? When there's something to play, which there isn't anytime soon from what I can tell outside of maybe Dead Rising. But get 2 PS5s from your RTX 4090. Let's get Reem Jackson banned. Reem Jackson, bye. Well, we don't want to have to ban, but we just, people can't help themselves. They love it. It's like whack-a-mole in here. It's seriously like whack-a-mole in here. Guys, we got 19% on the battery here. 19% on the battery. Pull out the PS3 again? I don't want to play those games. Name one good PS3. We don't have great PS3 games. A lot of the PS3 games I want to play, I don't have them. I'm ready to fall asleep. We have come out here way too early. Been out for 2 hours almost. Whew. Yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw, I'm pretty sure that's out.
Michael does.
There we go right there. Yet again, that's what we're talking about. San Martin again.
San Martin Luna super chatted $5. Off topic, I wish Sony had Naughty Dog work on Silent Hill 2 remake.
Oh, yeah.
But from what I have seen, looks like Bloober Team is doing great.
Yeah, if Naughty Dog did a horror game, well, I mean, they've already done one, but yeah, if they were in charge of something that crazy, I mean, it would be a hell of a lot more. It would be a hell of a lot better. The Bloober Team isn't great, but I mean, I think for a game like that, 5 boomers care about it, so it's like, well, it doesn't really matter. And plus, they're shilling it already. At first they were saying it's trash. They ruined Silent Hill 2. Now they're saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. San Martin is coming through yet again. That's what we love to see. And eventually here, in just a few moments, we will be switching over to the we will be switching over to the. I was going to say cartwheel cam, but let's not start doing stuff like that because we'll break our neck. We're going to switch over to the. What are we doing? What are those? What are we doing? What are they called? I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, jumping jacks. Okay, so San Martin coming through with the 5. We're going to be switching over to the jumping jack cam here in just a moment. As we get them 5 jumping jacks here coming through in a way that makes sense. It's what we love to see. San Martin coming through at the 5. Silent Hill is woke slop. And again, dude, the support is. What is going on? Scar is coming through with the 10.
I can't wait for Silent Hill 2. I don't care what anyone says, it's Game of the Year contender.
It's what we love to see. Scar is in the building coming through hard and strong with the $10 super chat. We love to see that one. Scar in the building coming through hard and strong with the $10 super chat coming through in a way that makes sense. Can't wait for Silent Hill 2. I don't care what anyone says. Game of the Year contender. Well, we'll be covering it, but I don't think we're going to have great things to say about it. But we might because I'm not, here's the thing. I'm not a fan of the original game. I don't really care about the original game. I don't have nostalgia for the original game because I didn't play 2. I played 1 instead, right? So if it's trash, then, well, it's not going to really bother me, right? If it's a total demake, then it's like, whatever, I don't really care. But I know a lot of people will, and that's, that's how it is. It's just like it's the same with Dead Rising. They've ruined that. I would argue that they might have ruined that more than the Silent Hill 2 remake. So, Scar coming through hard and strong with a $10 super chat. That's what we're talking about. Why do you still pretend to like video games after saying you hate them thousands of times? Such a dishonest and transparent grifter. Where do I pretend to like video games? What video do I pretend to like video games? I thought all my videos were negative. Now the narrative is that I pretend to like video games and it's all one big grift? Okay. Well, I've been doing this for how many years? Many years before you found the fucking channel, so. Don't really understand that, but okay. I pretend to like video games. But when was the last time I said a game was good? Make that one make sense. Scar coming through with the 10. Let's go ahead and get you them push-ups. We owe you 10 push-ups here. Scar coming through in a way that makes sense with a $10 super chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Scar coming through with the 10. We love to see it. Coming through in a way that makes sense. Watch the making of Silent Hill 2. The devs had so much creativity. It was all organic. Well, yeah, but that's a different time frame. There's no need for a remake. Well, you can go play that Superman game on PS5. That is fun for about 30 minutes. What is it called? Undisputed or something? I don't know what it's called. But they apparently ported it to PlayStation 5. And it's free. That's not a push-up. We didn't say it was a push-up. We didn't say a push-up. So you admit it, laugh out loud. It's so easy to get you to admit it. Stop talking about them then. What did I say? That I don't like video games. That you tried to get I got a gotcha moment, right? No, you didn't get me. I love video games, but I don't like talking to video games about people that don't appreciate the discussion. So I can start a podcast tomorrow and we can get an audience that's a little bit more passionate about games. If I didn't care about video games, I wouldn't have stuck to the topic for 12 years. I have a deep love for this medium. Not so much anymore. I mean, obviously we've kind of grown out of it, but that's normal. I'm 30-something years old, so I wasn't when I started the channel. So it's been quite some time. And plus, at the end of the day, they don't put out any great software anyway. So that's anything new or worthwhile. Dr. Blitz is coming through. He says, GameStop is selling Silent Hill 2 themed items. Yeah, I bet they are. I'm a nobody? Okay, cool. Yet you're here crying. Clearly I'm a somebody in your head because the real estate, a lot of rent-free situations. Rent-free. Okay, let's get you banned. Dr. Bliss with the 2. GameStop is selling Silent Hill 2 themed items. Yeah. We have 15% left on the battery here, and then once this is done, we're going to wrap it up. So we got pretty good battery life here today. It wasn't fully charged. Pretty good battery, about 80%, I believe, 85. So it wasn't fully charged. Great support here today, despite the viewership being a little bit lower. We did a PS5 Pro stream about when they first announced it. I think we had like fucking 450 people in here. It was pretty crazy. And I waited too. I didn't initially react to it. Yeah, and look at you. You're making millions of volts. I'm a joke, by the way, but you're the one that's making millions of volts and coming in here and harassing people. Yeah, I'm the joke, bud. Look in the mirror, bud. Because you want max attention. It's a rent-free situation. Like it always is every time we go live. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and keep responding to these people that harass. So if you guys want me to continue the broadcast for the next few minutes, we can. But otherwise, we're going to probably wrap it up because the chat's totally dead. And I'm not going to wait for the new alt to pop up and say dumb shit. So if people would communicate outside of alts, then we would be able to continue here for the next 14%. But if not, then we'll wrap it up. I wish they would have followed through with the PT Silent Hill game. That was potentially a good game to leave in the dust. Yeah, well, it's better the game didn't come out because the demo was more impactful. So if the game had come out, people would have forgotten about it and be like, oh, it's this weird Silent Hill Kojima thing. And, honestly, it's a blessing in disguise that the game didn't come out because it's legendary now. It's legendary now, so. If the game came out, it would have been looked at as like this weird Kojima Silent Hill mashup. So it's good that it didn't come out because it's a blessing in disguise. Alrighty, folks, we're going to be wrapping this up here. So last call here. Going to be wrapping this up here in about 5 minutes. Let's go for 5 more minutes here. Let's go for 5 more minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. Physical copies of Concord are going for $800 on eBay. That's not true. That's not true. Concord PS5, let's see, sold. They're not selling for $800. $90, $42, $94, $80, $89, $60. The controller is going for $260. The controller is more rare than the game. If you have the controller, it's going for $274, $231, $244, $269. Someone else is coming through. Holy motherfucking shit. San Martin
Luna super chatted $5.
Holy motherfucking shit.
Back to the PlayStation 5 Pro. Like I said, the PlayStation 5 Pro has hardware that new PCs don't even have. $600 for just a processor.
That's what I'm
monitor,
saying. It has
etc.
custom hardware that was developed with PlayStation and AMD. It literally has custom hardware that's not in anything else as of this broadcast. So, you know, people want to scoff at the $700 price tag and say, well, okay, yeah, it's expensive for a console, but, you know, you're getting stuff that is exclusive. You're getting stuff that isn't found anywhere else as of this recording, as of this announcement of the PlayStation 5 Pro. So it's like, well, you know, I don't understand why people look at the $700 price point and say, well, we're getting ripped off. We're getting, you know, the presentation wasn't good. I'll say that. You know, they zoomed in on the pixels, and it's like, well, yeah, you can't really tell the difference. But it's not for the average Joe. It's not for the soccer mom. It's not for any of those people. It's for the gaming enthusiasts that want a premium PlayStation 5. And I think from what we understand right now, I think it delivers on that, just like the PlayStation 4 Pro did. No one had a problem with the PS4 Pro, did they? Or, you know, if they did, I don't remember the complaining back then because that was like 2016. San Martin coming through yet again. We owe you 5 jumping jacks here. San Martin coming through again. We owe you 5 jumping jacks here. Coming through in a way that makes sense. It's what we love to see. San Martin coming through as we close this one out here. Well, honestly, they could have charged $1,000 for it. I mean, that would have been ridiculous. But, you know, you look at the cost of PC. I mean, if you want to get something equivalent, it's going to be right up there with $1,000, if not more. To truly build a PC that's on this level, you're not getting it for $700. And if anyone wants to argue that, they're full of crap. That's the argument we're saying. We're saying, well, yeah, you can build a PC that's more powerful. We're not saying that the PS5 Pro is the most powerful thing on the planet. That's not what we're saying. You know, a high-end PC will obviously be better. But you're not getting anything close to that for the $700 price range. So the console users are saying, well, $700 is a lot of money, and it is for consoles. We haven't seen this in a long time, many, many years. But when you compare it to PC, which you have to because Series X is now left in the dust, $700 is a value. You're still getting the console value and the console convenience with beefier specs more so than ever before. So the product in and of itself isn't terrible, but you also have to ask yourself, do you have a high-end television? You know, you have to ask yourself all of that stuff. And you have to really sit there and figure it out. You're going to expose me to a global audience, by the way. Okay, well, I'll finally be relevant, so go ahead and do that. Expose me to a global audience, by the way. Cool, we can finally get viewers over here. I'm so dishonest, right? Well, so is wrestling, right? That's the biggest sham in the business. They've been selling you this idea that people are actually wrestling in a ring and that they hate each other. It's all fake. It's called entertainment, bud. But you can't capitalize on that. Your buddy must not be live. He must have gotten a job, right? He was working overnight or something, and he's probably sleeping, and he's not live. You're waiting for his stream, right? All right, we got low battery. We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to wrap it up here. Great support today. Great support. Did not expect that today, so we do appreciate that. You guys liked the push-up cam. Abusive and evil. Okay. You love just saying things, huh? In hopes that people believe it so they don't donate. Because you're mad today we got big support. You know, what's-his-face went over to that guy. I'm not going to name names, but he went over to that guy's channel because he was jealous that he donated $300 that day. And he wrote 8 paragraphs on why he shouldn't support Michael. And it's like, y'all are mentally ill. Like straight up mentally ill. But that isn't surprising. So they run to the donators and comment on their videos and like, why did you support Michael? You do what you want with your money, but... You know, and then like 8 paragraphs on someone they don't even know, and it's like, all right, whatever. Just kind of speaks to your mental state of mind, and it's not healthy. Okay, and you're the guy making alts. Like, what does it say about you? You're literally mentally retarded. Like, you're just mentally retarded. I know who you are too. It's one guy doing this. It's not. It's not. It's not multiple people. That's the sad thing. If it were multiple people, it's like, well, shits and gigs, right? But you know, it's literally one guy, and we know who you are. We've known who you are for many years. It's not a hard code to decipher. But you love the attention. Awesome show, Michael, but no one is buying that trash PlayStation 5 Pro. It doesn't even do anything. Looks the same. Base PS5. The PC version is better. Graphics for cheaper. Will they explain why? Yeah, they'll come up with anything. Anything to fit a narrative or an agenda. So. We need the obsessed shirt. Well, I made a fake fan shirt. We have merch. The link's in the description here. YouTube.com/MichaelDoesLife. We made a bunch of shirts, but no one buys them. I haven't looked. Some people might have bought them. Haven't looked. Okay, we're going to wrap this up here. We are going to wrap this up here. PC better than PS5. How exactly? Literally no games on PC. You are overdosing on copium. Okay, well, cope and seize. Let's get your bands. Don't care. All right, with that said, we're going to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. Great support today. Really unprecedented. Did not expect to see that. Turned around quick in here today. Saturday morning here. Big support. Love to see it. And we got a lot of jumping jacks. We did a lot of fucking jumping jacks. Holy shit. We did a lot of fucking jumping jacks. I've never done that many jumping jacks before. I don't think the jumping jacks do too much, though. I mean, if we were to do that many push-ups, holy shit, we wouldn't be able to fucking... Oh, we would be very sore. We would be very sore. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And with that said, we will see you later. It's over.